Hey everybody, so today I want to show you a Python Jupyter notebook that I use for script tracking. Before I get into this, if you don't know what Jupyter Notebook is, check out Anaconda Distribution. If you download that, that'll get you set up with Jupyter. You shouldn't need admin rights or anything to get this installed, but check that out, download it, install it, and it should get you rolling with Jupyter Notebook. So to explain this, we have a whole bunch of scripts, and they're separated by year. And then they're put into discipline folders, and that's what the script location you see here is for. And the reason why we separate them by compatible Revit versions is because like this script here can run on 2020, but we have never checked it on 2021. And so when we copy it to the 2021 folder, what we do is we run it against 2021 test models to verify that it works and make any needed updates if there's been API changes or maybe there's an updated package that changes some custom node that we use. We make those changes and then and then people will use that 2021 script to run on their 2021 projects. So it's just to make sure that we're consistent and that when somebody opens up a script in the next version, it's because it's been tested and verified that it works, rather than opening up an older script and then hoping it works. Everything's tested, and so that's kind of the organization of everything. And again, that would be like this script is in the 2020 folder, and it could also mean that it's in the 2020 folder, the 2022 folder, if you see like 2020 and then comma 2021. So this could over here could list a whole bunch of different years. Right now we only see 2020 for all these scripts, and then for the script location, that's always going to be consistent, but this would tell us that okay, in whatever year folder, it's going to be in the architecture folder, and that's where we'll find it. So that's kind of a description of what's going on here and how we organize it. So I guess the first bit is importing this OS and pandas library, and then we'll read in the pandas data frame as an Excel file, or sorry, we'll read the Excel file in as a pandas data frame, and then we can print that, and that's, this is one cool thing about pandas is you can do stuff like this. And then down here what we're going to get is the final folder, and that final folder is going to have like all the 2020 stuff. It's also going to have like all the 2021, but also the all the discipline folders with all the scripts inside of them. And we're getting this just so that we can return all the items inside that final folder, and within those items it could also be like images and stuff. So the next cell down here will filter out everything except for what has DYN in it. Even if it doesn't, even if even if that extra stuff isn't in there now, this will help in the future. If anybody accidentally adds something that shouldn't be in those folders, this will filter out always and grab the DYNs. This here will give us the script names, which we'll use later down in the later cells. But this will give us a script name by just looping through the paths. Because I didn't explain, but these items here, when it returns it, it's the path and the name of the item. So it's the full path. And so when we loop through the new items, which is the ones that only have DYN at the end, we loop through that, we split it. Which will create a list, and we just grab the last item in that list, which is what we append to this script names, and that last item is the script name. Down here, I'm not using this code because it went in and created dictionaries within dictionaries and lists, and it works, or at least it organizes the information in a way that makes sense. But I can't use it for like the writing to the Excel file, or at least it would have been too complicated, and there's a much easier way to do it, but I left it in there in case I needed, if I wanted to use it for something else. But down here is where we actually write to it, and pretty much what we're doing is we're looping through, and we're checking to see if it is in the DF name. And I use a set because the DF name can have duplicates in there. The DF would be the data frame, and this would just return the set. And then down here, after that, we just figure out what we need to update. And so we update our different our name. We update our script location because these are things that are already inside of the data frame. Like this script's inside the data frame. We found it, and so this just updates it pretty much. All of this. Down here, we'll grab the it'll loop through it, and then figure out the years. So if it's compatible with like multiple years, it loops through, figures that out, and then it will create just a string of the years, comma separated, and then that's what it's adding to the years in that data frame. This else statement is for the opposite. This is if it doesn't find that script, so it doesn't find it anywhere in the data frame. So that means it's a brand new script, and so what it does is it writes, it appends a new line and then updates it, all the information that it needs to. But that's pretty much the gist of it, or just a quick wrap up. And then down here, this will actually just remove the deleted scripts. So any of the scripts that we bring in, or any of the scripts that get removed from the overall like 2020 folder or whatever, this will just remove them from that Excel file. And then at the end of this, we'll write that Excel file to the same spot, overwriting that original one, and then we run this again when we need to. It's not automatic. I could create a script that could automatically run, but right now it's just a manual effort because it's just me and another person. So when we need to run this, we will. But it's not like a huge deal. So currently it's just manually running this. But anyways, that's it really. If you want to play around with it, check it out. If you feel free to use it however way you want. I'll delete like all of these strings in here, so you will have to replace these. Just put the pass in there for where you're keeping your scripts, and then this one up here is just where you're keeping your Excel file. And then also make sure that your in your Excel file has these headings. When you open up this Jupyter notebook, this DF line here, I'll have replaced with just the headers names. So just look at these and match up, or do whatever you want. Just if you change these, you'll have to reflect that in the code below, where we're actually updating these columns. So whatever you do, just make sure everything matches. But anyways, thanks a lot for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one.